What is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? So the 2022 season is wrapping up, and I'm going to be giving you guys my season ranking of the draft picks from the 2021 draft. So yeah, shout out to Devin Rose for creating this tier list. The link to it will be in the description. We have pretty much every rookie. I don't know if I'm going to rank every single one of them, but I'm going to be ranking at least all the first round picks, I think. And yeah, I'm going to constantly go back between Basketball Reference. I just kind of want to see some of their numbers and honestly see some of their playing times, because a lot of these guys maybe didn't really get as big of shots as I thought they would this year. And I have 5 tentative tiers. We have future MVP. We have franchise player. We have, I think, like, I don't know what else to call it. Good, like maybe a borderline all-star guy. I'll just say that like, I think they'll be a pretty good player in the league. Needs to improve season 2. Either that's like they need a bigger role, need to play more. Just I need to see something in year 2, so you're not trending towards that B word. And then we have a bench/role player, because I'm not going to say anybody's out of the league after their first year as a 20-year-old. No, I'm not even going to say the B word in this video, because I think you need to say at least the duration of a rookie contract to say that B word. And we still got 3 years from now for some of these guys. So we can get into this. So we will start off with Trey Mann. Now, Trey Mann has, I don't know, him coming out of the draft, I was like, why are the Thunder drafting all these guards? But Trey Mann has shown, like, some games where he takes over. Like, what was it recently? It was that Celtics game where it's like, okay, this guy has a chance to, like, average in the high teens in this league. Yeah, he had 35. He went 7 for 12 from 3. And he's somebody that's playing on a pretty bad team. Like, imagine this dude was playing with, like, Chris Paul that, like, Shea got him or got to play with. Like, his efficiency isn't great. But you know what? As a rookie, about 80% from the line and 36% from 3 is good. And I think he'll be a good player in this league. I don't know if he'll be a franchise player, but I think he'll be a good player in this league for years to come. Next up, we have Davion Mitchell, who, speaking of kind of streaks these players are on, Davion Mitchell is on a heater right now. In the last 3 games, 22, 25, and 28. And you can see here in the last, 6 games, 7 games, he has been averaging in the last 7 games 19 points, 5 assists. And this is the stuff he can do. Now, the only thing about Davion Mitchell is he's 23. So I don't know how much, like what his prime's going to look like. And will he be better than, like, say, hypothetically, De'Aaron Fox? Possibly. I still don't know if I could say he could be a franchise player. Now, he could be a really good player. He could be a borderline all-star. Like, that doesn't mean, like, Andrew Wiggins is not a franchise guy, right? We can all agree he's not a franchise player, but he is an all-star. So that's what this good tier could be, like a possible all-star, but you could also be like a Buddy Hield, which is a good player in this league, or an Eric Gordon, right? Like, that's what I think you'll be. Josh Giddey, ooh. Josh Giddey's been one of my favorite rookies. After reacting to what I thought about him on draft night, I liked him coming in the draft. I thought it was a little bit of a reach. Now, his efficiency hasn't been great in his rookie season, but he's been arguably the best passing player in this draft. Has the best court vision. He's up there with Cunningham. He's a great rebounder. Do I think he could be a franchise guy? It's tough. That is really tough. I might leave him in here. I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll put a tier between these guys. I'll say that, like, would you say Brandon Ingram's a franchise player? No, but franchise player and MVP are kind of the same, kind of similar. So let me change these. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do it like this: franchise player / future MVP. Sure, all-star, future all-star, and then I think, like, good. I don't know what else to call it. I'll just say, like, really good. That'll be nice. Yeah, like, I would bet Davion Mitchell and Trey Mann, it's gonna be tough. Like, I don't know about their all-star potential, but, like, I could see it in Josh Giddey, but they're going to be really good players in the league, like Eric Gordon. If you have, like, a 10-plus year career, you're chilling. There we go. I think that sounds better. You're going to be in the league for a decade. I think Quentin Grimes also is going to fall in that category. Somebody that I honestly wasn't the biggest fan of out of Houston, but he has been incredible for the Knicks this year. He's been the ultimate 3-and-D guy. Now, his numbers are kind of going to be deflated a little bit because Tibbs is so hit or miss with his rotations, but he had, like, a really good streak here in the months of February and January, and then he got hurt, and he's kind of coming back from that injury right now, and he's barely playing, but I think he's going to be, like, he's going to have a 10-plus year career, and I think, like, for the 25th pick, that's really good. Evan Mobley. I guess Evan Mobley could eventually develop into, like, not like I'm going to say Kevin Garnett, but like somebody where, yeah, he could be a future MVP one day. Like in his rookie season at the age of, 20? He's averaging 15 points, 8 rebounds, 2.5 assists, under 2 blocks a night, 50% from the field. And like at least he takes threes, right? Like I know he's only shooting 25%, but at least he's attempting them. And that could be something down the line. Like Evan Mobley, I think is going to win Rookie of the Year. It's going to be close. I mean, Cade's giving him a run for his money now, but I don't think Cade's going to get it. It's pretty much going to come down between, I think, Barnes and Mobley is the top 2 vote getters. I think it's going to go to Evan Mobley. Franz Wagner. I think what we're seeing from Franz Wagner this year is a potential future All-Star. Now, I don't know if it's because he's getting a huge role in Orlando. It's not translating to winning. It could be an empty stats season, but I don't really want to believe that. Like, I don't. He's, 20 years old. He's averaging 15 points, 4.5 rebounds, 3 assists, as well as shooting 35 from 3. He has the height where he can maybe be the 4 if they have a really good rim protecting 5. I think he could be a future All-Star one day, and he's playing like a top 5 rookie this season. I already mentioned Scotty Barnes. He could be a potential MVP down the line. He could be a really good franchise player, maybe more than the MVP, but a franchise guy. I mean, yeah, like you're getting 49% from the field, 30% from 3 from Scotty Barnes is good. He was not a good 3-point shooter at Florida State, so this is a really good improvement from him. 72 from the line, hopefully that he gets that up, but yeah, he's a facilitator, he can defend, he can rebound. Scotty Barnes is really freaking good. Cade Cunningham, I think he's still a potential future MVP. He's going to be a franchise guy in Detroit, and speaking of heaters in the beginning of the video, Cade Cunningham has been absurd. Like, look at these last, let me do like these games here. His last 15 games, he's averaging 21 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds, 45 from the field, 80 from the line, and getting there almost 4 times a night. It's a good, that's really freaking good. And how old is Cade Cunningham? 20. 20 freaking years old, and he's doing this, yeah. I don't think he's going to get Rookie of the Year because he's kind of doing this too late, but he's having an incredible season. Next up, we have Dosunmu, who is arguably the best second-round pick. Maybe. Nah, probably not because you have Herb Jones in here as well. But Dosunmu has been incredible for the lone Chicago Bulls draft pick this year. Like, he's a good 3-point shooter. He's a good inside scorer. He's a solid passer. And he's I don't think he's going to be an all-star one day, but I think he's going to make his career as a great backup point guard. All right, next up we have Miles McBride, and somebody that, sucks he's playing under Tibbs. He doesn't like to play the young guys. But he has had some games where he's had some crazy plus minuses. He was plus 39 in this game. Holy crap, against the Pistons. Plus 19. He's plus 27, plus 19, plus 13, plus 11, plus 16. And he doesn't really do a lot scoring. He's a really good passer. He can hit threes here and there. I don't know. I feel like Miles McBride will probably be Dosunmu, I feel like could be a fringe starter in this league, definitely. I think Miles McBride is going to make his money being a bench point guard, like a spark plug off the bench, which isn't a bad thing at all. But I think that's where he's going to make his mark. Now, Jalen Suggs, he's had a disappointing rookie season to say the least. Now, you could say he's been in a really crappy situation, which I agree. Orlando was doomed from the start, but Franz Wagner has played well for them now. Suggs has had injuries this year, and I just think his efficiency has been, it's not alarming, but it's very disappointing. 36 from the field, 21 from 3, 77 from the line is, I think, fine, which can translate to his 3-point shooting. He's been fine as a passer, but his assist-to-turnover ratio is maybe too close as you would want it to be for somebody that you drafted as maybe your franchise point guard down the line, in which somebody you took over. I guess really it's just you took him over Giddey or Kuminga, which isn't the end of the world yet, but I think he's somebody that needs to improve in season 2. Hopefully he gets fully healthy and he's chilling. Now, Jonathan Kuminga, do I think he's a future all-star, or do I think he's going to have a 10-plus year career? I don't know. I think Kuminga could have future all-star in his name. He's a solid 3-point shooter, too, in his rookie season. For somebody I didn't really think that was going to be a great 3-point shooter coming out of the G League Ignite. And you can see, over his last, let's see, what this is looking like. Over his last 23 games, he's averaging 14 points, 54 from the field. The rebounding, I don't know if will, ever come, but I'll give him the future all-star. I'll be nice, there. So, Jalen Green, okay, somebody that has been a very interesting player this year because he's been a little bit inconsistent, but the potential is totally there, and you would say he's having a better season than, a Jalen Suggs. Yeah, I still think he's a future All-Star, man. I do. Like, he's had some games where it's just kind of like, you're watching him do this against the Lakers. You're watching him do this against the Celtics. Like, these are good teams he's putting up, like, 25 plus up against. He's had, obviously, some really bad games this year. But he's also been on, like, a really weird Rockets team that has had some decent amount of turmoil this year. Like, I don't know who's going to be the point guard next to him long term. I don't think it's still going to be Kevin Porter Jr., like the whole John Wall thing. I think he's done enough this year where he's a future All-Star, in my opinion. Maybe you want to put him up there as a franchise guy, and I would not blame you at all. I'm going to be a little hesitant on it. Next up, we have Jalen Johnson, who honestly just hasn't really done a lot this year, which kind of sucks, but Atlanta is so deep as it is. So I guess like this tier also is just need more playing time in season 2. You know, I really can't make an assumption if you're really averaging 5 minutes a night in 18 games. It's really tough. Now, Bones Highland, I honestly want to put him in possibly a future All-Star, but if I'm not going to do that with Davion Mitchell, I don't think I could do it with Bones Highland because I don't want to put everybody in that tier because not obviously this like draft class, like I'm already projecting 7 future All-Stars. I don't know how many I can really get up there. So yeah, Bones Highland has been a steal for the Nuggets. He has been such a spark plug off the bench for them, and I think that's really where he's going to make his money throughout kind of his NBA career, and I think he could be a starter down the line, but I think he's more of like, the spark plug, energizer, transition scores, let's speed up the game, let's go on a run, point guard off the bench. Not really going to be much of a facilitator, but somebody that can really take over with his scoring and give you like maybe 7 straight points off the bench or 8 straight points, and he's going to average 15, 16 off the bench in some seasons of his career. Chris Duarte, who was somebody that was like a early Rookie of the Year candidate and then kind of cooled off. And I'm going to give him a huge benefit of the doubt because the Pacers kind of started tanking. They moved their best player into bonus. But like he's kind of like Mitchell because he's 24. He's going to be 25 next season. Which is crazy. So I really expected him to be good right away. I don't think he's going to be a future All-Star, but I think he'll have a very long career. All right, next up we have James Bouknight, who most definitely needs to improve in season 2. Somebody that people were very high on to maybe be in the Rookie of the Year conversation this year. And you really think, okay, this is the franchise guy or the future backcourt partner to LaMelo Ball for the next 10 plus years. And he's had some good games this season, don't get me wrong. I don't know, I guess Hornets fans can let me know, has he been hurt for a little bit? Because I just don't know much about James Bouknight this year. I just haven't seen him a lot, and he's played in 28 games, averages 10 minutes a night, and like I said, he's had some good games where he's scored 18 points, and it looks like, okay, like he's had this 24-point game. Like I remember this game against Sacramento. I don't really remember this Toronto game, but like you can let me know, especially Hornets fans. Like, is this somebody that needs to definitely improve, or the potential is there, and it's just like he's not fitting in this team this year? Maybe there needs to be something worked out in the offseason, possibly. I don't know. Alperen Sengun, I think, is also going to have a long career in the NBA. I don't really see a future All-Star, but the center position is something where he can emerge. Like if Sengun ends up doubling these numbers in his career, 18 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, can shoot 50 and then maybe get that up to, or shoot 47, that's fine, and get that up to 33, that could be an All-Star one season. That could. I think he'd be him and Mitchell are probably the closest guys to being All-Stars from this tier. But I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to say that there's going to be 8 future All-Stars from this draft. All right, so next up we have Joshua Primo, one of my least favorite picks on draft night. And I think he's somebody that probably needs to improve in season number 2. Now, he's extremely raw as a prospect anyway. And I'm just kind of looking through some of his game logs. Like, he's shown something, and that's not really the fullest way to look at a player. I just think, like, this is probably what I expected. He's still 19 years old, man. He is. So I'm giving him extremely the benefit of the doubt. I think he'll be fine. I probably should just get rid of this tier. I don't even know why I read Miles McBride. Because I'm only going to do, like, a couple second-round picks, and McBride definitely, like, I'll probably not rank some guys that are better than McBride. So next up, we have Moses Moody, somebody that also hasn't had the biggest role this year, which makes sense because the Warriors have been kind of deep as a roster, at least in the wings, with Clay coming back, and you have Wiggins playing like an all-star, and you have Kuminga. I guess Kuminga's more of a 4, but you got Poole, you have Bielitsa, Otto Porter at times, Damian Lee, like a lot of moving parts for Moody to get really a full shot. I think he's also somebody that needs to improve in season number 2. But I think he'll be good throughout his career. I think most of these guys will be, don't worry. Corey Kispert. I wasn't a fan of the Wizards fit. I wanted to see him go to like a Cam Johnson type team. And now Cam Johnson, when he was drafted by the Phoenix Suns, they were not good. They were not. But neither are the Wizards. Could they be good next year? Yeah. I honestly think Kispert is going to have a very long career as a three-point shooter. I do. Next up, we have Trey Murphy, who exploded. What was it that he had the other night or a week ago? He had 32 against the Hornets. Now, if you can put up 32 points on that efficiency, you're probably going to be good throughout your career. Yeah, I don't know. He's had, like, enough playing time, really. Does he just not shoot the ball enough? Bet you Pelicans fans can let me know. But he's had some poor shooting nights. Do I think he needs to improve in season number 2? I don't know. Because, like, besides that 32-point performance, he's kind of similar to some of these other guys. Do I think he needs to improve? No, I think he's going to be good. Yes, I need him to improve, but maybe not as much as some other guys. Next up, we have Kai Jones. I think I'm automatically putting him in there. And like I said, this is also a playing time thing as well. Kai Jones, it's a little bit disappointing how little. Like, Borrego's even played these rookies this year because they're a team that desperately needed a center. Now they traded for Harrell at the deadline, and, like, they moved on from Mason Plumlee, or they acquired Mason Plumlee, excuse me. Just not a fan. Like, you have a center right here. Give him some playing time. Now, he might just be horrible in some of the games he's played in or the practice time. He's just not been good. But it's kind of a shame. It is. He's got to have to get more time next year. Keon Johnson, another player that probably needs to improve. Not really his defense. He's a good defender. You would just hope that in Portland, maybe he's had a little bit more of an opportunity, which he has. And he's been a good shooter for Portland, at least this year. But he's somebody that, like, in Portland, I don't know if they moved Dame, but he's somebody that I think needs to improve a little bit next year. I think Isaiah Jackson has been very good for the Pacers this year. He's going to have a long career either as a starter or a backup center. Garuba hasn't really had a lot of playing time, but when he hasn't looked great. He definitely needs to improve going forward. Josh Christopher. I think Josh Christopher is going to be pretty good. But, like, it sucks for Garuba because they've been bad this year. What happens when they add more draft picks and more players via trade or cap space? And I don't know. I think Christopher's pretty good, actually. So next up, we have Cam Thomas. He's going to have a long career as a shooter. There's a place for that in the NBA. Springer, need to see more out of him. Sucked we didn't really see much of him this year at all. Daron Sharp, how's he been for Brooklyn on this season? For a team that needs big man help, they really haven't used him too much. I don't know if it's more as of late. I feel like he has backup center written all over him, which is a good thing, honestly. Like, you have a career as a backup center, it's pretty nice. Yeah, he had a really good kind of month-long stretch here. Interesting. I'll put him in the needs to improve section. Santi Aldama, yeah. He's played a little bit for them this year. I just wasn't a huge fan of that pick anyway. Herb Jones, he's going to have a long career in this league. And I think that's pretty much going to be everybody I'm going to rank. I'm really not even going to use this tier. So, yeah, these are guys that I think just need to have better year twos, and that's maybe not relative to their skill set. It's really they need more playing time or have a better role or more solidified role. These are guys that I think are going to have very long careers in a specific niche, or just maybe as an overall player. I didn't want to put too many guys in the future All-Stars because we're not going to see 10 All-Stars from this class. So, like there's a chance Franz, Giddey, they don't ever make it, or Kuminga. If I had to bet money on it, I guess I wouldn't bet money on it. I don't know. But, yeah, these are my franchise guys. I didn't really rank a lot of second-round picks like Aaron Wiggins or Brandon Boston or JRE. I only did Herb Jones and Dosunmu. So, yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know what you agree with or disagree with down below. This was a long video. Didn't expect this to be this long. But I hope you guys did enjoy. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.